It is early, but we are already about 2,000 likes behind our Bears channel here at Chat Sports. We took care of business in the NFC East last month, so now it's kind of like the playoffs. Let's be better than this team in the playoffs. Like the video and like everyone you see here at the Cowboys Report to help us catch up to our Bears channel. We begin today's show with latest on Stephon Gilmore. His market remains pretty damned quiet. There's not a lot going on right now. The most noteworthy update is that Jadeveon Clowney, who of course is now a Carolina Panther, wants to get Gilmore with him in Carolina. There had already been a report that Gilmore had interest there, but why hasn't that moved forward? Is he going to wait for the draft? Is the shoulder surgery putting him behind the eight ball a little bit there? Or is there not much interest in him? In fact, overall, the quarterback market is not moving very quickly. It's been pretty quiet. Gilmore is unsigned. Xavien Howard's unsigned, both coming off injuries, though. Steven Nelson, Ahkello Witherspoon, Patrick Peterson, Adoree Jackson, Rocky Sin, TJ Henderson. There's some noteworthy and talented players who are still unsigned at this moment in the cornerback market. And if things don't go well for Gilmore, if the market does not materialize, I think that would be at least opens the door, however slightly, to Gilmore saying, maybe I'll just come back for one more year. And then I don't have to move, And I'll take the lesser, not completely, but lesser tax stuff I have to deal with there, which you still have to pay for because there's a lot of complication stuff. Anyway, Gilmore played, I think, pretty well last year. He clearly has lost that step, half step, whatever. But in Mike Zimmer's defensive scheme, I think he fits pretty well. And yes, you brought back Jordan Lewis on a super cheap contract. Great, that makes me happy. Fine, it was your second best signing when the bar is basically non-existent. You lose one guy to injury, whether it's Diggs, Lewis, or it's Bland's turn. Knock on wood, hopefully it's not. You're starting Eric Scott, Nashawn Wright, or Israel Mukuamu. That's kind of anxiety-inducing for me. You bring back Gilmore, I feel great about that cornerback room. Knowing Dallas, maybe they want to wait until after this year's NFL draft. So what is the percent chance Stephon Gilmore ends up returning to the Dallas Cowboys? Low? Is it high? Is it somewhere in the middle? It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. I also want to check in with the latest on another Cowboys legend. That is Connor Williams. He has been linked mostly speculatively to the Dallas Cowboys. As near as I can gather, that injury is maybe even worse than had been previously let on. Here's what Barry Jackson, one of the top Dolphins beat writers for the Miami Herald, by the way, wrote on the status for Williams. It's undetermined if Dolphins free agent center Connor Williams will play this upcoming season because of a serious knee injury. But when he does play again, the Dolphins up and running as a possibility, blah, blah, blah. What matters here is that we don't even know if he's going to play this year. That's bad. To me, that reeks of that was not a normal ACL tear. That was not a clean tear. It's a 9-month recovery, good to go for week 1. That's not what that tells me. I don't know when we'll get the full details, but that is not an indication. It's not a good sign, period, of he'll be fine, just need some more time. That's going to be a longer rehab and a longer process, and let's check in again after the draft and maybe even after June 1st, etc. Which stinks for Connor Williams in particular. He played really well as a center. He still has had some snap issues, by the way. Penalties have gone down, though. Run blocked really well in that Dolphins scheme, which I think the scheme was better. And I think that, the giving him time to practice instead of not just trying it randomly one day ended up being a better option. If he were healthy, I think he would have been signed already. I think he would have gotten a pretty good contract, too, by the way. Probably would have gotten $8 million a year at minimum. Or at least gotten the Biadasz contract. He was better than Tyler Biadasz was. Maybe he wants to come back home to Dallas. I don't think things ended that great between Dallas and Connor Williams. I think there was some frustration overall. I don't think him and his camp like the rotation stuff they were trying a little bit there. But if looking for a left guard center backup, it's Connor Williams. It's just the medical makes it kind of a complete and utter wild card, and I think it's kind of leans more towards unlikely, which I hate saying over and over again because you could just kind of put in every single player in free agency, probably not going to happen, and you'd be right about 90% of the time for the Dallas Cowboys, if not even higher than that figure. Now, maybe you're worried about that offensive line, which I get. It's not a great group. You shouldn't have to worry, though, about tickets to your next events, whether that's sports, baseball, NBA, hockey, music, comedy, theater, etc. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Always keep an eye out, if you can find one, for the zone deals. Zone deals pop up on various events. You can see one for the Rangers here. What happens is you pick the section, and Game Time picks the seats for significant savings in the process. 20% off for one of them. I'm not sure if this one's still available. I saw that the other day. I did not get it because I'm working. But you can find zone deals for other events. You go to A's games, they're super cheap, or go to a Rangers game against the A's, they're super cheap because the A's are terrible and the Rangers are going to win. Go to GameTime.co and use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but again, create your account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today for last-minute tickets at the lowest price guaranteed. The link is in the comments section and the description of today's show. One trade rumor idea I wanted to mention, because it's a receiver, and everyone loves a good receiver. Maybe not this one. USA Today put the Cowboys as one of the top fits and destinations for a potential Allen Lazard trade. Now, unfortunately, they were cowards and did not put trade compensation down. Spoiler alert, it's probably not going to be very much. 3 teams mentioned: the Cowboys, the Steelers, and the Baltimore Ravens. I think there'd been some agent linking Lazard to Dallas the last time he was available because, clicks and money and stuff, etc. Well, I have thoughts on this one, but I want to hear from you guys first. Would you trade for Allen Lazard? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. It's a no from me. And look, Lazard as a big body possession receiver, I think could still help an NFL franchise, and maybe you think that could be Dallas. I'm not really sure on that one. Played for the Jets this year, and look, their quarterback play was terrible. Don't get me wrong, especially once Rodgers went down. He was bad. He had a breakout-ish year in which he almost got to 800 yards, and then put up Michael Gallup-esque figures with the Jets, which I guess for now I feel bad using that as a slur, I guess. Look, I'm down to add a receiver. Don't get me wrong. Lamb is there. Cooks is probably here for one more year, and then maybe he leaves. We'll figure that out later. Tolbert's under contract. Turpin, Brooks, some young guys. You want some more help. But I want speed. I don't need another vertical guy that's a big body. I've had those guys. Give me some juice. Give me some youth. And give me somebody cheap. Why would I want to pay Allen Lazard $10 million for 300 yards? Isn't that what we kind of just went through with Michael Gallup? Like, why would you want to pay that much money for Gallup and then pay it for Lazard? Guaranteed money, by the way, this is what the next team would owe. So Dallas would owe 10, 11, and 11. Non-guaranteed after this year. But again, why are we paying that? Still paying $10 million for a year unless the Jets eat all this money. I don't think it makes any sense for the Cowboys or, hell, anyone. I think they're going to have a tough time finding a trade partner, frankly. The goal is 200,000 subscribers here on the Cowboys Report. 13K away, a long way to go, but we will get there in the not-too-distant future. It's a matter of when, not if. Help us get to the when sooner. Hit that sub button right now. Could not talk about this one. Dallas's mayor is Eric Johnson, and this is not the first time that he has suggested something this past year of wanting to add a second team in Dallas. This has been a consistent pushing point for him. With the Chiefs, their citizens, or Kansas City citizens, not voting for the tax, which, by the way, they never should. This is as political as I will get. The city should not be paying for the stadiums for the pro franchises. Let the rich-ass owners do that. They can afford it. Let them do it. and they can take the profits from ticket sales. I don't care. Don't do this ridiculousness where the city pays for the stadiums. No, stop it. Let the rich guys do it. Eric Johnson wants the Chiefs then to come to Dallas. Not a chance in hell. I thought of a good one. You know what is equally likely to happen, or even more likely, is for a snowball to survive a summer in hell. It's not going to happen. The NFL would not allow it. Jerry would not allow it. The NFL owners wouldn't allow it. There's no chance it would ever happen. Here are some things that are more likely to happen than the Chiefs moving to Dallas and the NFL going, yep, this makes sense to us. Jerry Jones selling the organization. I win the lottery. I think there's the Ohio Powerball is like the $300 million. I didn't buy a ticket. More likely I win than the NFL puts a second team in Dallas. An asteroid hits the earth today, and we all die. And the Cowboys make me general manager/owner. All things far more likely than the Chiefs uprooting in KC and headed on down to Dallas to be the second team there. No chance it ever happened.